When you hear the name Jeffrey Epstein, what comes to mind? Power? Money? Privilege? Or something darker? He was born January 20th, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York, and died August 10th, 2019, in a jail cell in Manhattan. But what happened in between? The life he led, the people he knew, the choices he made. Those are the questions that refuse to die. Court files, flight logs, victim testimonies, names, dates, connections, all of it, pieces of a puzzle so big, so disturbing, that even today, we struggle to make sense of it. And that's what we're exploring today. The Epstein Files. Jeffrey Edward Epstein was not born rich. His father was a groundskeeper. His mother worked as a school aide. Yet, somehow, this boy found a way into Manhattan's elite world. 1969 to 1971. Attends Cooper Union, briefly NYU. No degree completed. 1974. Becomes a math teacher at the Dalton School, a private school with elite students. Here, Epstein meets Donald Barr, the headmaster, whose son, William Barr, will later become the U.S. Attorney General. Was this early connection purely coincidence, or the first step into a network of influence that would define his life? By the late 1970s, Epstein moves to finance. Bear Stearns, then his own firm, J. Epstein and Company. How does a man with no degree, no clear experience, suddenly manage wealth for billionaires? This is where the first mysteries appear. By the 1990s, Epstein has a world most of us can only imagine. A Manhattan mansion, a private island in the Caribbean, luxury homes in Palm Beach, New Mexico, Paris. But more than property, he has people. Leslie Wexner, billionaire founder of Victoria's Secret, grants Epstein full power of attorney in 1991. Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of media tycoon Robert Maxwell, becomes his closest associate. Epstein surrounds himself with academics, celebrities, politicians, all while keeping his wealth opaque. The question begins to form in the mind. Why does a man with no formal power command such influence? The answer lies partly in the files, flight logs, contact books, court documents. Epstein's private jets, nicknamed the Lolita Express by media, are at the center of his network. Between 1998 to 2005, flight logs show repeated trips between New York, Florida, Caribbean, Europe. Names appearing in these logs. Bill Clinton, multiple flights, denies wrongdoing. Prince Andrew, social visits, denies allegations. Kevin Spacey, visited island, context unclear. Chris Tucker, traveled with Epstein. Jean-Luc Brunel, French modeling agent, linked to abuse. Notice something? These are not small-time acquaintances. These are the world's elite. And yet, being on a flight log does not mean crime. But it does show access, proximity, and opportunity. And that's what makes the Epstein files so chilling. You see the web of connections. You see the potential for influence and concealment. And you begin to ask, who else knew? March 2005, police in Palm Beach, Florida receive reports of a minor being recruited. By 2006, Palm Beach police recommend felony charges. Victims describe grooming, manipulation, coercion, threats. Yet, Epstein's first brush with justice ends in a controversial plea deal, June 30th, 2008. Prosecutor, Alexander Acosta, later U.S. Labor Secretary. Epstein serves 13 months in county jail, work release allowed. Federal charges dropped. Co-conspirators given immunity. A deal that shocks the world and leaves victims unheard. And here, a human thought arises. How does someone so dangerous get away with so little punishment? The Island and the Global Network, 20:00, 25:00. 1998, Epstein buys Little St. James, U.S. Virgin Islands. Island becomes a hub for high-profile visitors. Victims testify that abuse occurred across multiple properties. Manhattan Mansion, Palm Beach Estate, New Mexico Ranch, Paris Apartment. The network extends beyond geography. Epstein surrounds himself with people who are willing, complicit, or intimidated. Maxwell recruits girls. Flight logs document movement. Financial records obscure ownership. Every file raises more questions than answers. July 6, 2019, Epstein arrested at Teterboro Airport. Federal charges, sex trafficking of minors, conspiracy. Trial looms. Public attention sharpens. August 10, 2019, Epstein found dead in jail. Official cause, suicide. Failures reported. Guards asleep, cameras off, cellmate removed. Attorney General, William Barr. The world asks, was this suicide or something else? We may never fully know. July 2nd, 2020, Maxwell arrested. December 29th, 2021, convicted of 5 federal counts. June 28th, 2022, sentenced to 20 years. Maxwell's conviction confirms. Epstein did not act alone. Victims were targeted systematically. And yet, hundreds of questions remain. 2024, court orders additional document release. Flight logs, emails, court records reviewed. Names resurface, media attention spikes. But many names deny wrongdoing. Many are unreachable. Many documents remain redacted. The files remain open. Epstein is gone. Maxwell is imprisoned. But the Epstein files teach us. Money can delay justice. Influence can protect criminals. Victims' voices can be silenced for decades. The files remain, waiting for new eyes, new scrutiny, new questions, and perhaps the most human thought of all. If one man could amass such power and escape consequences, how many more are hiding in plain sight?